It is time for our main event of the evening as we have Fred Brown taking on Bobby Brents. This is a big one. Fred Brown is coming off a big win in the Bellator cage, while Bobby Brents is coming off a 23-second knockout here in Shamrock FC. Look for some big hands in this fight.
Bobby Brents has huge power in both hands, but also so does Fred Brown. You know, all of Fred Brown's wins have been by knockout. Bobby Brents has quite a few knockouts himself, including his last fight in the Shamrock FC cage, which was a huge knockout.
Yes, that knockout made highlight reels all over the MMA world. It was on Access TV. It was all over. Lots of good action in that fight. Bobby Brents, definitely no slouch in the hand department, but neither is Fred Brown, and I cannot wait for this one to go.
Yeah, there's nothing better when you get two heavy-hitting heavyweights in the cage together.
So with that, let's send it up to the cage to Tony Biondo to get our main event started.
Please welcome to the cage, Fred Brown.
Coming off a win in Bellator, Fred Brown is ready to keep that streak going. The 3-1 MMA vet looks to make an example out of Bobby Brents tonight and take that Shamrock FC heavyweight title with him back to Wichita, Kansas. Look for Brown to use his hand to land that knockout power. Brown wants to add another KO to his record, and that is how he has finished every one of his fights. When he touches his opponent's chin, they go to sleep.
Yeah, you know, these heavyweights have big power, both of them. I do not think this fight is going to go the distance if it even gets out of the first round.
As we have seen with all of Fred Brown's fights, he is ready to lay heavy hands. He has very good boxing. He also has pretty decent cardio for a big man.
Please welcome to the cage, Bobby Brents.
And here we go. Bobby Brents is on the road to Bellator, and he knows that tonight could be a huge step forward by him winning the heavyweight title here at Shamrock FC. Brents is coming off a sensational KO in the cage. Bobby is never in a boring fight. We don't expect that to end tonight either. Look for both of these competitors. They have heavy hands and they don't want to leave it to the judges. This one will be big. 5 rounds of action here in our Shamrock FC cage. Fred Brown, 39 years old, 6'1", 228 pounds out of Wichita, Kansas. Bobby Brents, 33 years old, 5'9", 261 pounds out of Springfield, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, expect fireworks out of our main event tonight.
Absolutely. For a big man, Bobby Brents has incredibly fast hands. You know, he's got lightning and thunder in both hands.
And with that, it is very hard for any opponent to slow him down, but if you look at Fred Brown looks like he is coming in great shape for this fight tonight.
Yeah, Fred Brown looks great. He's a taller fighter. He's gonna want to keep a little distance from Brents. You know, he needs to make sure Brents doesn't overwhelm him with his hand speed. Keep the distance, use his length.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, immediately following the main event is our after-fight party at Judy's Lounge on the casino floor. St. Louis, are you ready? Make some noise, St. Louis. Fight fans, here we go live from River City Casino, St. Louis, Missouri. This is the feature bout of the evening. It's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Shamrock Fighting Championship heavyweight division. It's brought to you by Low T St. Louis and by Page Law. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This young man comes to us by way of Wichita, Kansas. He represents La Silva MMA. He has a professional mixed martial arts record of 3 victories, 1 defeat. He stands 6'1" and weighed in officially at 229 pounds. Introducing the challenger, Fred Brown. And now, fight fans, introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This young man comes to us by way of Springfield, Illinois. He represents the Garage MMA. He has a professional mixed martial arts record of 15 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw. He stands 5'9" and weighed in officially at 261.7 pounds. Introducing the reigning Shamrock FC heavyweight champion, Bobby Brents. And now John Duver for fighter instructions.
You guys got your instructions in the locker room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. So the questions, touch gloves, come out swinging, guys.
St. Louis, make some noise. The main event.
And here we go, referee John Duver for our main event of the evening for the Shamrock FC heavyweight title.
Do not blink, Jeremy.
Here we go. Both landing huge shots. Bobby Brents looks for a takedown and starts landing hammer fists. But Fred Brown stands straight back up.
Great job by Fred Brown to immediately get back to his feet.
This fight has already went longer than Bobby Brents' last fight in the Shamrock FC cage.
You know, and both fighters landed good punches on the feet.
Good pressure here coming from Bobby Brents as he lands a knee to the inside of the leg of Fred Brown. Lots of pressure here coming from Bobby Brents.
Yeah, Bobby Brents is really putting the pressure on Fred Brown. Bobby Brents has about 30-pound weight advantage on Brown, and he's putting all of that weight on Brown against the fence.
And that is definitely hard for Fred Brown to hold all of that against the cage.
Yeah, it's going to wear him down. This is a 5-round fight for the Shamrock FC Championship. Bobby Brents being very smart. He's a veteran in the sport. Being smart, trying to wear Brown down early.
He's also looking to tear down that lead leg of Fred Brown. Those knees are definitely hurting. Good head movement here and control by Bobby Brents.
Yeah, Bobby Brents doing a very good job of using his head under the chin of Brown to control the head position of Brown.
Body shot there coming from Bobby Brents. Again, a lot of control coming from Brents, who is making Brown carry all of that weight.
Yeah, if Bobby Brents keeps lifting the chin of Brown, Brown can't do anything with his head. Where your chin go, your head has to go.
Brown looking to change that position, not able to as Brents keeps him up against the cage.
This is a grinding position here.
Brent shoots down for the double leg, big takedown.
Very nice. Brent scoops him up, slams him to the mat.
They are right in front of our position here as we are halfway through round one in our heavyweight title fight here at River City Casino. Knee to the body coming from Brents.
Brown needs to be careful as he tries to stand up for the knee of Brents.
Because once those hands come off the ground, that knee can go to the head. Again, this is a very tough position for Fred Brown.
Yeah, Fred Brown doing a good job of keeping the hands down so he does not eat a knee. He needs to explode when he does come up so he doesn't get hit with a knee.
Brent's looking to make that takedown. Nice work there, though, from Fred Brown to not eat that knee coming up.
Great control out of Bobby Brents on the cage.
Very nice knee work here coming from Brents. Referee John Duver sees enough and separates them. As we are down to 1 minute and 30 seconds here in round one. Fred Brown lands a couple of big shots, but again, Brents takes him straight to the cage. Again, Brent's working that lead leg of Fred Brown with those knees. More knees coming from Brents.
Brent's doing a very good job of grinding on Brown, landing short shots, short knees to the legs.
1 minute remaining here in round one of our heavyweight championship fight. Again, referee John Duver separates them. Oh, big shot coming there. Oh, big fight throwing hands. Oh, what? Oh, Fred Brown is rocked. He is out on his feet, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like it might be the shoulder of Fred Brown.
Oh, goodness.
I think Fred Brown threw an overhand and dislocated his shoulder. I think one of those big overhand rights that Fred Brown threw, Brents caught, and I think it dislocated his shoulder.
He is definitely in a lot of pain sitting there.
As we go back to the replay, that overhand right there, he couldn't throw. There it was.
Definitely right there.
Brown threw a big overhand right. Brents lifted his left arm high to block it on the forearm, and I believe that dislocated the shoulder of Brown.
Great action there in that fight from Bobby Brents. He played the excellent game plan.
Absolutely. You know, in a situation like a fight, you know, you take whatever comes to you. Fred Brown dislocated his shoulder. Bobby Brents took full advantage and attacked him right away and forced a stoppage finish. As we headed up to Tony Biondo for our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. At 4 minutes and 35 seconds of round number 1, the fighter was unable to continue. Your winner by TKO and new Shamrock FC heavyweight champion, Bobby Brents.
I am here with the new champion of Shamrock Fighting Championships, Bobby Brents. Bobby, what a fight. Talk us through that ending. It looked like he possibly dislocated his shoulder, but you landed some serious shots.
I don't know what he did, but this is my belt. However I got to get it, that's the way I'm going to get it.
So with that now, what is next? You know what it takes. You have to defend that title here once, and then what do you want to do?
You want this belt? Come take it from me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is win one more here to defend that belt, and you get that contract in Bellator.
I'm ready for it. Remember what I said. Whoever wants this belt, come take it from me. 217, I did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new Shamrock FC heavyweight champion, Bobby Brents.